Get the full screen. Samuel Ansong.
Man,
How the heck are you, dude?
a lot of emotions.
Lot of emotions. Wait, why? What's on your mind?
I don't know. It's just like, are we starting?
Yeah, we're starting.
No, we're not. Get out of here.
Wait, do we need an intro? Let's do an
Yeah, I
intro.
think so.
Let's do an intro. Wait.
Um, um, yeah, man, you're putting me on the spot there.
What? Wait, hold up. Okay,
Uh,
we'll do a little intro. All right,
alright,
so
so like, if we're gonna start, like, I mean, yeah, do a little intro, and then also before you do the intro, I was thinking, if you don't mind, if I share this poem. It's like a almost 2.5 page poem.
let's hear it.
Oh, for real? But like when you like before your intro though. Sorry, after your intro. My bad.
After the intro. Okay.
After your intro.
So we'll do the intro. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so Samuel, this is my 25th episode. This is kind of a cool. So yeah, this is the 25th episode. I have here with me Mr. Samuel Ansong, who we went to elementary, high school with in Lamoni, Iowa. Wow, yeah, I haven't talked to you since freshman year of college. Did you go to Graceland the freshman year?
Yeah, with you.
Yeah. So I think that's probably the last time, because then you transferred, right?
Nah.
How long did you stay at Graceland?
All 4 years.
What?
Yes, sir.
Where were you? I don't remember ever seeing you. Well, I guess you probably didn't go to parties and stuff.
No, not. I did go to parties, but like
Okay, yeah.
not much.
I gotcha. So you were studying,
Studying,
doing all that, doing all the stuff I should have.
basketball.
Oh yeah, you played basketball.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, nice. So wow. Yeah, this is surreal. Wait, so you said you had a poem for us?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So this poem that I got for you guys is by Sonia Sanchez. Um, so here I go.
Okay.
Hopefully this will bless someone.
Okay.
It's essential that summer be grafted to bones, marrow, earth, clouds, blood, the eyes of our ancestors. It is essential to smell the beginning, whereas where Washington, Madison, Hamilton, Adams, Jefferson assembled amid cries of the people lack of information. We grow more and more skeptical. This constitution a triple-headed monster. Blacks are property. It is essential to remember how cold the sun, how warm the snow snapping around the ragged feet of soldiers and slaves. It is essential to string the sky with the saliva of Slavs and Germans and Anglos and French and Italians and Scandinavians and Spaniards and Mexicans and Poles and Africans and Native Americans. It is essential that we always repeat, we the people, we the people, we the people. Let us go into the fields. One brother told the other brother, and the sound of exact death, raising tombs across the centuries, across the oceans, across the lands. It is essential that we finally understand this is the time for the creative human being, the human being who decides to walk upright in a human fashion in order to save this earth from extinction. This is the time for creative man, woman, who must decide that he can live in peace, racial and sexual justice on this earth. This is the time for you and me, African American, whites, Latinos, gays, Asians, Jews, Native Americans, lesbians, Muslims. All of us must finally bury the elitism of race superiority, the elitism of sexual superiority, the elitism of economic superiority, the elitism of religious superiority. So we welcome you on the celebration of 218 years of Philadelphia, America. So we salute you and say, come, come, come. Move out into this world, nourish your lives with a spirituality that allows us to respect each other's birth. Come, come, come. Nourish the world where every 3 days, 120,000 children die of starvation, of the effects of starvation. Come, come, come. Nourish the world where we will no longer hear the screams and cries of women, girls, and children in Bosnia, El Salvador, Rwanda, Mama, Dada, Mamacita, Baba, Mama, Papa, Mama, Papi. The soldiers are marching in the streets near the hospital, but the nurses say we are safe, and the soldiers are laughing, marching, firing, calling out to us. I don't want to die. Am I only 9 years old? I am only 10 years old. I am only 11 years old, and I cannot get out of bed because they have cut off one of my legs. I hear the soldiers coming toward our rooms. I hear the screams, and the children are running out of the room. I can't get out of the bed. I don't want to die. Don't let me die in Rwanda. America, United States, United Nations, don't let me die. And if we nourish ourselves, our communities, our countries, and say, no more Hiroshima, no more Auschwitz, no more Wounded Knee, no more Middle Passage, no more slavery, no more Bosnia, no more Rwanda, no more intoxication, no more superiority, racial superiority as we walk toward abundance. We will never forget the earth, the sea, the children, the people, but we the people will always be arriving a ceremony of thunder, waking up the earth, opening our eyes to human monuments. And it will get better. It will get better if we the people work, organize, resist, come together for peace, racial, social, and sexual justice. It will get better. It will get better.
Woo!
Thank you.
That's deep.
I know, right?
I like that. So it's like, it's saying that this is the time. Like, no more messing around, no more fighting amongst each other. Like, it's up to each one of us to make the world a better place, right? Something like that?
Man. No more bullshit. That's your favorite word, right?
More bullshit. Okay, I wasn't sure if I wasn't sure what you were going to be comfortable with. I like that. I like that. Wait, so what's that poem called? If people want to look it up.
Yeah, that's a really good question. This poem is by, like I said, Sonia Sanchez.
Sonia Sanchez.
Poem for July 4th, 1994.
Oh, it was written in 94?
94, yeah.
Really? Whoa.
Mm-hmm. So if there's any 94s out there, there you go.
Wow. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, that's a great way to start this. It's strange how prevalent it is now when that was written in 1994.
Seriously, right?
Yeah. Okay, so first off, Samuel Ansong has his own podcast, Mr. Samuel's Neighborhood. So we're both on Podbean. We're supporting, well, yeah. So he's supporting my podcast right now. So if you like podcasts, you like philosophy, theology, yeah. What's your podcast about?
Like basically what you just incited. Is about theology and philosophy, and I just kind of like want to. Well, first I started reading a book that will kind of give people the introduction of what theology is.
Mm-hmm.
And now I kind of just decided to summarize the books and kind of reflect on how theology relates to our everyday life. So that's kind of like what my podcast is about.
That's really cool. Wait, so okay, so you went to Graceland. What did you major in?
Psychology.
Psychology. And then, so after you graduated, you moved to California?
Yeah.
What prompted you to move to California? That's a big move.
It is. You know me, like, all through my years, we grew up in, like, Lamoni, Iowa.
Yeah.
Right?
Tiny little town.
For real. So throughout my years, I just felt like it was time to get out of my subjugated bubble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if I should share it, but I think this would be a helpful way of like describing why I decided to
Mm-hmm.
move to California. Like coming here, um, like being Ghanaian American or Ghanaian African.
Yeah, because so you were born in Ghana, and your
Born in
family,
Ghana, yeah.
yeah. So you were born in Ghana. Your dad came to America first, right? And
Yeah,
then
my mom and dad came to America first.
you came later. What do you remember how old you were when you came
I
to?
was 9 years old.
9 years old. And you went
Yeah.
to somewhere, and like you didn't come, or did you go to North Carolina first?
We came right straight to the morning.
Straight to Lamoni. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember. Or yeah, go.
No, you're good. You want to continue? Sorry.
Oh no. Well, I remember you like you came and they put you in the upper class first, or they just got it wrong, and then I can't remember what grade we were though. Maybe fourth grade.
Fourth grade.
Was it fourth grade?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then they moved back down to fourth. Well, I was in fifth grade, and then moved back down to fourth grade.
Yeah, I think they just got your age wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so you.
So, I felt a lot more connected to that, but like, anyway, so to answer your question,
Yeah.
Basically, all through my years in the morning, starting from fourth grade to sophomore year in college, I grew up like being placed in this disability special ed
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
And then so a lot of my years was like innately like quarantined, right? Just imagine being in like isolated kind of prison kind of feel.
Yeah, because they had you like separate because you were in the
Separate,
yeah that would I never even thought about that. You're right.
Yeah.
That would feel isolating.
It's kind of like Plato's Cave almost.
How do you feel like that helped? Like, do you feel like it helped you to be in those or in that group, or do you think that you would have excelled better being in the normal class? I mean, you were in normal classes, but you did that stuff
There were
also.
times when, yeah, you're right. That's a really good question. Before, I always wanted to be in normal classes,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But now, I'm like, I felt like being in that space for that long really helped me to really understand humanity in a way that I don't think most people have experienced.
Really? And can you in what way?
Well, just like when we have people feeling reduced
Mm-hmm.
to
That feel less than.
knowledge,
Yeah.
right? I've been there. When you step outside of the prison cell, like humans will find it very hard to accept you because of the label that has been given to you.
Yeah.
Disabled.
Like so by prison you mean like the special ed classes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I felt at the time.
Yeah. So you're saying that when you got out of that, yeah, you felt like you just had this label where it was like, oh, this guy's the special kid.
Yeah, exactly.
So then do you feel like it? Okay. So you said that it helped in the way that like you were able to see the world or see it like have a perspective that not many people get. But do you think that overall would you have excelled more in the normal classes, or did you appreciate having that other class, or does that make sense?
I appreciate now when I look back, I think I appreciate having those classes.
Yeah.
Not because I agree with the system, right? But I really got to experience humanity. Like all of the trash that people want to throw away. Now that I think about it, like I got experience in a way that I didn't feel forced being placed in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? To some degree, I felt forced. I felt pressured.
To do those classes.
to do those classes.
Yeah.
But the more that I was in it, I got to see the positive lights of it too as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a really interesting perspective. Okay,
Yeah.
so you majored in, so you went to Graceland, got your bachelor's in psychology, and
Mm-hmm.
then you felt like you were just living in this bubble, not only just in Lamoni, but um, the bubble of in high school being, or in high school, whatever, being in the special classes, special ed classes.
You got it.
And
Yeah.
so you, yeah, so you were like, I want to get out of here. I want to go see the world.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what out of all the places, why'd you choose California?
Mm,
The women?
have you seen Smallville?
What?
You seen Smallville, right?
I have. I've seen a few episodes, I think.
But Metropolis.
Is that is Smallville, does that take place in California?
Um, um, that's a really good question. I haven't looked into. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's like the Midwest
Yeah,
actually.
like he was in like what, Kansville or something like that. I
Something
don't
like that.
know,
I don't
something
know.
like that. Like this place that looks like Lamoni,
Yeah.
Iowa,
Yeah.
and like he finds himself in Metropolis. So like that show actually encouraged me to actually look into a place that is completely different from the farms and all that.
I guess yeah, California is like the almost the
The
complete
lights,
opposite of
you know what I mean?
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I was like, even if I had like maybe $1,000 saved up, I think going to California would be the place for me to study theology because of the arts that is there.
Yeah.
I want to see how I could understand the knowledges that are taught throughout society and see how I can be able to relate it with the arts.
Yeah.
And so I felt like, California was a place where my heart was yearning for.
So what was it like when you got there? What was your experience like? I bet there was some culture shock.
Oh yeah, for sure, both negative and positive.
Yeah, what were some of those?
So first of all, the positive part was I had to experience quarantine again, which was really good because like going to seminary, like it's like what the population there total is like 500.
In the seminary school?
Yeah.
Okay.
500 total online and those who are on campus.
Really? So you felt like
Yeah.
in a bubble from your what you were studying.
Exactly.
So you're just bubbles all around. You can't get away from them.
Seriously, man. Like, so the community there was tight. There was like, what, 20 students in classes in the Monai
Mm-hmm.
in Graceland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Hollywood was pretty tight. Skid Row was very much of a culture shock. There was this poverty. I never thought that California, because all you know is Hollywood. But then you go to downtown LA where there's like 30,000 people who are living without like food and drink and clothes.
Yeah, I've never even been to
it was-
California.
Yeah, it was very culture shock to see that aspect. I
Yeah.
was very shocked. And even Hollywood, the way that it's painted on social media, and then when you get to smell it for yourself, you're like, man, that's not Hollywood that I was smelling outside of social media,
Really?
outside of Google. Yeah, exactly.
So it just seemed like this, yeah, metropolis, and then when you got there, it was like, oh, there's a bunch of homeless people, and it
Yeah.
kind of smells, and
Yeah.
interesting you say that, because I remember the first time I went to Denver, like I grew up, it's like, oh, it's this super progressive place, it's going to be super clean, and it's just going to be amazing. And then when I got there, it was there was just trash everywhere. It was just like another city. And,
Yeah.
it was,
like,
yeah, it was weird.
I remember like I went on top because Skid Row, Kobe Bryant would go there a lot, right?
Kobe Bryant,
Mm-hmm. He
R.I.P.
would go there a lot to like serve
Mm-hmm.
that area as much as possible. So
Yeah.
there was one time where our class got to visit that area to serve on Thanksgiving, and they had us go on the very top of the building, and all of us were like very excited because there was like taller buildings where we're very excited of just taking pictures and stuff.
So you were going to the top of a building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we saw all these pictures, all of these, not pictures, but like the buildings and stuff. Like, wow, all these buildings are cool. All these helicopters flying around us.
Mm-hmm.
And so the guy like takes us, the tourist takes us to the, like near the edge, right? And then he has to look down. And there's like all of this trash and messiness like down there. And so like to imagine the contrast between beauty and the ugly, it was like,
oh yeah, that's weird. So you were looking across the wait, so you were in LA.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wait, so okay, so you were
I lived in Pasadena, but Pasadena is like 3 minutes from LA.
Really?
Downtown. Yeah.
Wait, so what was your rent? Like were you living with anyone?
I was living on campus.
Oh, okay.
So my rent was like, I was paying at first it was like $650.
$650?
Yeah, for 2 people.
That's amazing. Wait, you split that between 2 people?
Yeah.
What?
And even that, exactly, yeah. And even that was very expensive. And then the next year, 2017, I was like, man, I gotta get out of here. So I was able to get like a 4-people apartment.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and so that one was like $400.
Dang.
$400 per person, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So.
Wait, so who did you? Wait, so but yeah, wait. Okay. So you moved to LA. What was? So yeah, culture shock of like it was this beautiful city, but then there was also like a lot of poverty, a lot of trash. What was school like? Like what prompted you to what okay, I'm all over the place, ADD.
No, you're good. Take your time.
What made you want to study theology? For like what is theology?
Oh, that's a really good question. Like theology is like basically the study of anything that is transcendent. It's really like that, basically like philosophy. Trying to look at the author of things, how things are created.
So like what makes things tick, kind of, or like the deeper things.
Tick, right?
Okay.
Exactly. Like the card behind you. Who's the creative of that kind of thing? Who came up with these ideas of the red?
Like a red vehicle.
So there's always like this, not only this realism that you get to express, but like what is the mystery behind it? It's kind of like the question what theology tends to look at. So basically theology is like study of God, study of human beings, study of nature, study of like spirituality.
Really? So it's paints with a broad brush.
Exactly.
Wait, so what well, this is about to get really deep. What is God to you?
Already? Are we going there?
Let's go there. I don't know. Do you have it? Do you have anywhere where you want to go? What's the topic?
No, that's a good question.
Yeah, what is God to you?
Yeah, like, to me, like when I think about God, well, seminary was a little different because like it's a Christian setting, but at the same time, we were like encouraged to study all of this, all their philosophies that we would learn like in Mr. Eden's class.
Yeah. So
you weren't only there to look at how the Bible was formed, but you were also there to look at the history behind the Bible, like the interactions between Jewish people and philosophers or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like Aristotle, Plato, Kant, and all these guys, right? Like legit. I'm like, this is the stuff that I was trying to run away from Mr. Eden's class, and I get here, y'all teaching this in a Christian setting.
Oh, you know Mr. Eden's, yeah.
Like there was this person who was like majoring in theology and film, or theology and video games, like so. Yeah, I know.
Really?
So like God to me it's like I would say a creator that does not hide itself from reality, from the everyday things that I am connected to, or you know what I
Really?
mean, that kind of things.
Wait, so you say that it's that you that or that God doesn't hide itself.
Hmm.
Wait, so a lot of people would say that I've never seen God. Or it's like I like God doesn't speak to me. So I like you're saying that you're able to see God. Like how does he not, or how is he not hiding himself? Does that
Well,
make
like
sense?
I think, yeah, that's a good question. I think like those who would probably assume or probably legitimately like come to the conclusion that they haven't been able to perhaps experience God in a way that is real and tangible.
Mm-hmm.
I know my guess would probably be because they probably haven't asked the question of whether if their thoughts leads them to escapism, right? The separation between what is real and what is not real,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like once when you start putting yourself in a system where what is tangible and what is spiritual are separated
Mm-hmm.
all the time, then it'll kind of lead you to not feel what is incarnate, what like something that you can touch. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, so it's like if you're not in touch with your spiritual side, you're not going to see God because it's not necessarily tangible. Like you can't just touch him. He's
Right,
not going to appear in front of you as a human being and just sit down and have a conversation.
right. Kind of like the great beyond. Like you're on the ship and there's you see what is like far, far away, and when the ship is like drawing near to whatever seems uncertain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess you might be able to see what is certain the more the ship gets closer and closer. If that makes any sense.
So are you saying like as you get older or as you get more in touch with your spiritual side?
Hmm.
Wait, so well, okay, so so the great beyond you were so yeah, that's basically death, right?
The great beyond, it can be anything.
What's the great beyond to you? How did you mean it?
So the great beyond can be like the sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the more you reflect on the sun, for instance, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter because you stare at it.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be one good example of something that's beyond. Great beyond can be poem, right? The more you reflect on your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes closer and closer to where you can actually feel it, right?
So the more in
So,
touch you get with your spiritual side, the oh yeah, I don't know.
yeah, seriously, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think
The more
so.
you reflect on it, the more you don't run away from it, the more you can actually say, aha, like, there's this idea that I was trying to, like, work at. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like cooking, for instance. First, you have so many different ingredients that you haven't put together.
Mm-hmm.
But once you're able to say, okay, I need this vegetable, I need this tomatoes, what else do I need? Onion or something like that. Or maybe I need
Salt,
some meat, salt. Like
garlic.
you put in all of these chaotic stuff
Mm-hmm.
into order, so to speak, where you're able to say, wow, this is a meal that I made. This is a feast that I was able to put together. Now I can actually um,
Eat it.
eat it. Something like that.
Yeah. It's yeah, yeah. Wait,
If that
so
makes any sense.
I think so. I think so. Um, wait, so okay, so God to you is what? Like what it does have you had an experience? Well, I'm sure you've had experiences with God. Like have you ever had like a tangible or like where he spoke to you or you saw him or anything like that? Like is God a man? Is God an idea? Is God everything?
I think God is like, many people try to put God in a box.
Yeah, I'm
But I
trying to right
think,
now.
right. I think God and what you're doing, I see that more of like a symbolic nature of a man than just reducing him to like, or reducing this divine to male sexuality or feminine sexuality.
Yeah, so it's like it. It's like a thing versus not, because it could be a female. If it's gonna be a
Yeah,
male, it could be a female. So it's
seriously. So
probably
the
an it.
symbolic nature of woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the way you understand experience of it is like woman, the way to give birth, so to speak. So the symbolic expression woman, the idea that woman, the way that your bodies communicate, sex, I mean not sex, but like giving birth, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you get pregnant, right,
Yeah.
with a baby, and you have to give birth to it into reality.
Uh-huh.
So that could be like a description of the experience of who God is through women.
So
Uh,
so
and so, oh yeah, go on. Sorry.
no, I'm just trying to make sure I'm following. So
Yeah,
it's
if you follow that logic, I don't know.
it's basically anything like you're saying that the beauty of childbirth could be God,
An expression
an
of
expression of God, because God isn't like it's not a person.
um
Or do you think God is a person?
the person part comes later. That has been like the debate throughout so many centuries.
So what do
Like
you
some
think?
will like limit God to a person. Some will limit God to just a garden or something. Some will limit God to just, I don't know, Tracy McGrady or something. You know what I mean? Because he's my idol. People would say that's my idol, right?
Okay.
But then beyond that, some would say, okay, we see that humans, they have all these um, marvelous ways of imagining things.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that sometimes humans are able to tap into this mysterious side of them, what has to be this um, transcendent being that allows it to happen or helps it to happen or plays a role in that experience.
Mm-hmm.
So at one level, we see the mysterious expressions of what humans has able to do, like inventing a car, inventing SpaceX,
Mm-hmm.
right? This coming up with SpaceX and these kind of things. And then like theology says, what is this um, transcendent being that allows it to happen? That is playing a role in these kind of ways that we're able to invent so many things, so to speak. And so God can be anything, but to me, I'm always asking, what is there a creator that is beyond, yet at the same time near to how I'm able to touch the cell phone or mess with this iPod
Or have a conversation.
and have a conversation with people like you.
Yeah.
So I'm not only just asking for God in some sort of, how philosophers abstract thought or like express God from the earth and somehow trying to escape into some utopia.
Yeah.
But there's some truth to utopia experience, but at the same time, for me, I'm like, how does this utopia experience become real to my everyday life of suffering, of love, of kindness, of peace, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
How to be a better person.
So you're not trying to put God in a box, is what you're saying. You're okay. So that's my brain is like, what is it? Like, is it an actual thing? Is he here right now? Is it a she?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
But then, like, I mean, to come to like some sort of definite, God, I tend to believe that, like for sure as a Christian, this God that, like through biblical Jewish history,
Mm-hmm.
right, how they were able to make sense of this God. Then at some level, they had to ask the question. We have been in subjugation suffering for so long under all these empires. We need some sort of savior. Not necessarily Superman savior, but someone to liberate us from all of under these empires of suffering. Where is she? And then
Yeah.
that's where, like, after I think about all of the suffering that people tend to go through, kind of like Poem I go through, it has to be, at some point, I think humans can't sit there and not ask, where's my dad to help me through the suffering? Where's my mom, my grandma to help me through the suffering?
Yeah.
Help liberate me. So for them, like, Jesus was like the liberator for biblical Jews.
Yeah, Jesus was a stand-up guy.
Yeah, for them. But at the same time, too, like, most people would say Jesus is the only way, so to speak. For me, I would say Jesus is the only way. I would say that.
Yeah.
I would say, like, he is a God. He is God. I would say, like, he is God. But he comes to, like, point us to the God that we humans who are limited can't fathom. We always tend to think that, we understand God. We get this guy. But I think my experience of Jesus is he comes to point us to a God that I have to be real with myself, that I can't always fathom, understand this God in full. I just have to be authentic and share my thoughts, be humble with how I share my thoughts.
Love, treat everyone. What was that? Like, it was like love is the only thing. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter your position, your career. Like, love your enemy, love your neighbor, love the whores downtown.
Yeah.
Turn the other cheek.
Hey, like the prison, for instance.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's this light, right?
Wait, what prison?
You know how the triangle is sphere? There's this triangle, and then there's this light shining through this.
Like a prism?
A prism, yeah. And it creates all these colors.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, at the same time, the colors, they're not all together.
Yeah.
There's different colors. They're all together, but at the same time, there's different distinct colors. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Roy G. Biv.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about you. So you started off like how are you right now?
That's a good question. I'm happier, a lot happier than before. I am currently, like, talking to this girl.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Now we're getting to the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so who's this lady?
Her name is Williet.
Williet.
Yeah, she went to Howard.
Where's that?
Washington.
What, Washington State?
Washington University. Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. How'd you guys meet?
We met at this club.
What?
Yes, sir.
Samuel Ansong at a club?
Hey, I wasn't going to California just to.
I know. That's why you went to California for the ladies. I already know. You don't have to say it.
So I had to branch out,
Do you remember?
That's what I meant.
Do you remember the dance that you used to joke that whenever we would go to school dances, you were like, "Oh, this is my dance, how to get girls." What was it? Let me see if I remember how to do it.
No, you're funny.
Because you were like, "This is how I get girls." Or you like step. Wait, you do it. Yeah, I was like, you like step, and then you like turn.
No, like.
What's up, lady? What's up, lady? Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
Being recorded. I hope this is not being recorded. No, I'm playing.
What?
Is this being recorded too? The video?
Oh yeah.
You're tripping.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Cool,
okay. So you met this lady at a club. So tell me the experience. What, like, how did you see her and you guys just locked eyes and it was like, oh yeah, this is happening?
Well, I saw her, but I think she saw me too. She's saying I was staring at her, but I
She
think
said that you were staring at her.
yeah. The question is, how can you know I'm staring at you?
That's a good point. How do you know I was staring at you if you weren't looking? Nice, Samuel.
You don't have eyes behind your back, so you had to turn somewhere. Um, and so like, but I saw her dance with this guy. I didn't like engage in any of that. I just kept my space. And then afterwards, like she was walking out, I happened to be walking right beside her. I was pretty like drunk. Yeah.
What?
I was pretty drunk.
You were drinking?
Hey, you have no idea when you were like studying philosophy and yeah, it's so much thinking, man. So like, I was pretty drunk. I had me some Hennessy.
You said what? Who are you? Do you? I didn't know that. You didn't drink in college, so you were just like this. Like my brain's so tired from all this thinking. I just need some Hennessy.
And they get out, yeah.
So you were drunk. I don't know if I've ever seen you drunk in my life.
I was out. Yeah, I was out. So
okay.
Personally, like I'm not against, but that's a different discussion.
Wait, so you're staring at this girl. You stared at her for like 20 minutes straight while she's dancing with this guy.
Yeah, I was like, sorry.
I'm joking. You were staring at her. Okay, so she got done dancing with a guy.
Mhm. And then like, I was also like, I was with my friends, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The DJ, he's one of like probably DJs out there, so I can't really support him and stuff. And then afterwards, I happened to be walking next to her. I saw her phone. She was like texting, like calling someone. I picked it up, right? You got on her Instagram.
You grabbed her phone?
Grabbed it.
Had you talked? Did you say anything to her first?
What?
You just grabbed her phone and you were like, oh my god, dude.
What's up?
That's oh my. He said what's up. He said what's up. Oh my gosh. Okay, and so that's dude. Yeah, she was probably all for it. Oh my god, who is this guy?
Yeah, like exactly. So she was out too, so I don't know. So I put my information in, and then I was outside. She was with one of her friends, and then from there he's like, "Who are you?" And we started like talking. I shared my experience, why I'm at California, and then she also talked about why she's in California and all that. And then that's kind of like how it started to, get closer and closer and closer.
Why was she in California?
She wanted to take a break from Howard.
Mm-hmm.
HBCU. And then so she decided to come to California, and then kind of just get to like see how acting can help her to get into. Well, she's not an actor. She's like a writer. She wants to be a producer and director.
Really?
Yeah, or a director, something like that.
Really? Wait, so when did you meet this? You met her in California. Are you guys still dating?
Yeah, we're still dating.
How long have you guys been dating?
It's been a year, but it's about to be 2 years.
2 years, dude. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, so, well, that's amazing. Wait, so, are you still, are you waiting for marriage?
Oh, yeah, I lost my virginity.
You lost your virginity. Ooh. To her?
I lost my virginity. Huh?
Hey! Luna. Watch it, sorry. Wait, when did you lose your virginity?
I lost it, what was it, like 2018 or something like that?
Okay. In California?
Somewhere around there, yeah, just in California.
Wait, so how was it? Was it magical?
I wasn't like, I mean, I don't think it was magical. I mean, I think it was like fleeting.
Fleeting?
Yeah, fleeting. Yeah, it was fleeting like for like a split second, like.
Oh, it was really quick.
Kind of like masturbation, like getting to this euphoric. Like, oh, that's.
So you're just like, oh my god, this is amazing, and you. How long did you last? Like a minute, 2 minutes?
Hmm?
How long did it last? The
didn't really think about. I was drunk.
the such.
I was drunk.
No, that's how like normal first times go. I feel like it's really
Just to be super honest. But
really
then,
quick.
at the time, I was dating. Well, we weren't dating yet, but we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
This was like on New Year's. It's funny how this like I like this because like we don't have like a set subject. We're just over, which is very good. I
We're
like
just
this
talking,
stuff.
yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But it was during New Year's, like of 2018, 2019, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But me and Willie were still talking, but I lost
Who's
it to
Willie?
this other, my girlfriend.
Wait, oh, that's her
My
name.
girlfriend now, Williet.
Oh, Williet. Willie. Oh, yeah, Willie. Oh, I like that. That's your nickname
Yeah,
for
so
her?
Williet, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And so like this other girl, um, I lost my virginity to her, and man, like the fleeing thing was like that's what sexuality is. Because I'm going to answer it as directly as best as possible. But then the overall experience, I just felt like a mess.
Really?
It's like here I am talking to this girl that I think we have something together, right?
Uh-huh.
I could have lost it to her.
Oh, so you were talking to this girl, but you weren't dating yet, and then you lost your virginity to another
To
girl.
someone else, yeah.
Ah.
At New Year's. So New Year's was like messing me up big time. Like when I say California, it's like Sin City Part 2.
It is. So you felt bad. You were like or the next day, or you kind of did you regret it a little bit?
I regretted it big time.
Yeah.
Big time. And then like I thought it was over. So at the time I had like maybe $500, $600
Mm-hmm.
in my pocket,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was like, I don't care if I become homeless in California. I'm going to trust that something miracle would happen. And so at the time, Williet, she lived like an hour away from Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
So it costs like, what, $60 to go and see her. Or sometimes $70 to go and see her.
Mm-hmm.
Uber. So my first trip at night was like $90.
Woo!
And then I went to see her to apologize to her.
So you told her about it.
I told her about it. That's quick. At first, I told her, before I went to visit her, we had like, like hang out. We went to hang out in Los Angeles and all that. And on our way back to campus, I told her, and then she was, she had every right to be upset.
Yeah.
Angry and all that. I thought it was over. And then I was like, I'm not giving up. Spent all the money in my pocket, in my bank, and went bankrupt. Just so I can try and do whatever I can.
To stay with her.
Back. Yeah.
And so things are good now?
Yeah. Things are good. I'm very happy that, like, I'm with her.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, so so you think you'll like is she wifey material?
For sure.
Oh, that's amazing, dude.
For sure. Like, she's hoping to also study theology someday.
Mm-hmm.
And see how that might be able to help her relate it with the film industry. And maybe, who knows, she wants to like go into law school, so she thinks that will probably help too as well.
Yeah. Wait, okay.
If she decides to go to law school or teach film someday, I don't know.
I'm going to look up the definition of theology really quick, just for me.
Yeah, do it.
Theology, the study of the nature of God and religious belief. Religious beliefs and theory when systematically developed. Okay. So it is, yeah, this study of, spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been dating almost 2 years. Where are you now? Are you in Lamoni?
Right now I'm back at Lamoni.
Quite like for the pandemic and whatnot.
Yeah, and then yeah, I'm back at Lamoni.
What are you doing?
Right now I'm teaching in Lamoni High School.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you teaching?
So, substitute everywhere, like science, history, middle school. Like, if the high school needs me, try and, like, I don't know, be there
Yeah.
for that.
So
if the teachers are not there. Even if your dad,
you see my dad? Have you?
I see your dad. If he needs me to, like, I don't mind.
Yeah. That's really cool. Wait, so where is Willett or Williet?
Willett.
Willett. Where is she living?
She lives in Rhode Island right now.
Rhode Island. Wait, so where do you see yourself in a year or 2 years?
Hopefully marriage.
Marriage. But what about literally where? Do you want her to come to Lamoni, or will you guys go somewhere? Will you go to Rhode Island?
Hopefully, like, by September or something like that, I hope that she will come and, like, live in Iowa, work for me, like, probably in Des Moines or something.
Really?
But definitely, we have decided that, like, we want to, like, stay separated before marriage. So I will be staying here with my parents, and hopefully she'll be staying in Des Moines. And then, like, we save up some money or something like that, then she wants to hopefully go back to California. And I wouldn't mind going with her.
Yeah. You just want to be with her.
Mm.
She's your lady.
For real, you know.
Well, that's great, dude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, have you liked being in Lamoni?
Yeah. I think I appreciate it much more better than, how I struggled with it before.
Just now that you're older and you've had more experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah. Does your what was it called? Like caca? Does your mom still make? Wasn't that a dish that she made or something?
Was it kink? What is that? What are you thinking?
So it was. I think.
Unveil that mystery, man. Unveil it.
You had Trevor and I over one time, because it was your mom made it often, and it was a Ghanaian dish.
Kind of like plantain or what?
Frou-frou?
Fufu.
Fufu.
You notice
Boom.
how the mystery, like, you can make sense of it now?
Yeah, fufu. Okay, what was that? Describe that to me. Because that's a Ghanaian dish.
Exactly, like, it's a Ghanaian dish, like you said. It's made out of plantains, cassava. It's kind of like mashed potatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember that.
Fufu flour. If anyone wants to go and search it up, they can go to Amazon, get the box. It's pretty easy to make.
Fufu.
Fufu, exactly.
Nice. What other things does she cook for you guys when you're there?
My mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I cook it. She cooks it. I try to cook it most of the time. My sister does more of the cooking. But,
wait, so yeah, what? Because you have a lot of siblings, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many siblings do you have?
7.
7 siblings. And where do you rank as far as age?
Middle child.
Oh, so you're the 4th child.
Middle child, yeah, 4th.
Whoa. So are any other siblings there right now?
No, just me. Going back, me and Elizabeth.
Okay, how old is she? Or which one?
She's the second oldest.
Second oldest, and she's living in Lamoni too.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
So Elizabeth, I'm pretty real if you notice, but so Elizabeth, the reason why she's here is because, like, she's gone through a lot. Like, she used to work at Cellular Foods, meat processing company,
mm-hmm.
and there's this 500-pound meat that hit her. So she survived that somehow.
What? She got hit by a 500-pound piece of meat?
Smashed her, in her face, like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A broken nose, like, it's been, like, what, 10 years now, something like that?
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Was it like a whole cow?
Exactly. Like, this meat from, like, you know how they hang them on the...
Yeah.
just came down and smashed her in the face, and somehow she only had a broken nose. But like years down the line, she's been experiencing this illness. I don't know, like
Really?
her brain becomes traumatic at times. Sometimes feel like static shock just hitting
Really?
her, zapping her. So sometimes it gets pretty, not too good, but I don't know. So like she's gone through a lot. She's gone through a lot.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, kidney disease, and then now one of her kidneys like had it taken out so she could get a new one from someone. Um,
Jeez.
yeah.
How is she
So
doing now?
now she's good. Now she's doing good. Now she's glad that she's with family. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, that's great. Wait, so, okay. What, because you mentioned that you might have a topic you wanted to discuss. Or was that have we already discussed it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Racial reconciliation.
Okay. Let's do it. Racial
So
reconciliation. So
yeah,
you're,
yeah. Wait, what do you want to say?
wait, so what does that mean?
So, um, what it is like just about kind of like the poetry that I just read, right? Trying to just appreciate not just um, blacks, whites, but all humanity and all. So it's a question of how do we find a way to relate to one another,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time learn to appreciate our differences.
Yeah.
And so, and you know, like to me, it's not just like humans that are doing the reconciliation, but there's some sort of force that plays a role into it too. And so that's kind of like what I wanted to reflect on.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not sure if well, yeah, I'll just talk.
What do you think? Be
So what?
yourself, man.
So okay. So yeah. This is something I've thought about. Black History Month was last month. Me,
Yeah.
a white male. I mean I don't feel like I'm racist, but I do have like I just feel guilty for all of the things that white people did to African Americans, Hispanics, or just any minorities. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's
No, but that's a good one. I mean, first I'm going to say like, I see what you're saying, like, and I mean, I think every person should speak that life into themselves. That I don't feel like I'm racist.
yeah,
But at the same time, I notice in the sense that the system that the system of life that we as humans are part of, we have in some shape or form became products of it.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like
It works against.
it works again. Yeah.
a
Somehow
lot.
we don't ask for it, we don't want it, but somehow it works. So like for you to confess that is real.
I mean, yeah, no, I've not. I don't think I've ever done. Like, I'm definitely privileged being a white male,
Hmm.
but it's yeah, it's I don't yeah, I feel guilty for things that I haven't done, which is a weird feeling. But I also go around like walking through life, and I don't have worries like black people do, or Hispanic people, or Asian people, or
Hmm.
Native Americans, and
Hmm.
it's weird. Like yeah, I don't know. I almost feel excluded because of the color of my skin.
I hear you.
Does that make sense? Like
I hear you clearly.
yeah, I don't know.
Keep going. Keep going.
um, yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't know. Like what? I'm a white male. Like I'm is there a more hated sex and color of skin in the world right now?
That's a good question.
Right? Who that
I think so.
you hate all white males.
Well, not in that sense. Not in that
I'm
sense. You're
joking.
tripping. I
But
know.
yeah.
But I think, like, the white spectrum is, like, is getting all the heat.
Yeah.
And,
As we should. It's just weird.
and I mean, um, I don't think that's inherently fair.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
I think,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
I
go.
don't think that's inherently fair. Most people who are hearing this might not agree with me, but personally, I don't think that's inherently fair.
What do you think isn't fair?
That, like,
Or that
it's
why
kind of like Wally, the movie Wally. I think about the movie Wally,
I love that movie. I think
where,
Wally is like the greatest movie ever. Continue.
yeah, yeah, where, all the trash. Imagine, like, the Earth. It's all clean slate,
Mhm.
and all of the trash has basically been thrown on this Earth. So clean slate, whiteness of the Earth, and all the trash has been thrown on top of this whiteness of the Earth. And Wally comes to clean it because everyone else has abandoned it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
So we need to be Wallies
So
to
I
clean
think
out the
we need to
trash.
be more like Wally, where we look at systemic powers that tends to suppress humanity, and let's do more of that cleaning together than just kind of blaming um, individuals.
Yeah. So if I understand correctly, you're saying that we should just give everyone a clean slate.
Um,
No, that's not what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, because it's
Um,
not. Well, yeah, I don't know.
yeah, for sure. I think we should just, like, because the way I think about it is, um, I think humans are beyond good, right? And it's unfortunate that at the same time too, if there is a sense of goodness that operates around humans, there's also a sense of its own curse to as well that comes with it. That also operates, and I think if we do better, um, realizing the curse and cleaning that, I'll be able to see you as a brother or as a sister who can fight against the status quo, right? That kind of thing, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I like what should I do as a white male to help the cause?
Um, I think
I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe that's too hard of a question.
I'm black, I'm African, I'm Ghanaian,
Yeah.
and that's one of the questions that I had to ask myself. Because being Ghanaian, I didn't grow up being
Quiet.
called a nigger until I came to America.
Really? Well, yeah, duh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. People called you that?
Yeah, I didn't grow up being called a nigger until I came to America. Oh, I didn't call being like African Buddha scratcher. You didn't hear that until I came to America.
Wait, so
Right.
wow.
Yeah, I'm not even saying names, but it's just some of the
Sage
experiences
Shields.
that I've
Sage
done.
Shields, probably. Chad Hill. I'll
Mm-hmm.
name names.
I know you will. I was saying names.
Wow,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I didn't even know.
so
Well, I'm sure of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time too, like, when you are also in that same system where all you grew up with is scholars that don't look like you, like, you would tend to, in a sense, be manipulated to think that anything that is white is pure. You know what I mean?
That you growing up in a place that you were the minority, that you thought that white people were like pure, or
Hmm. Yeah,
really,
yeah, yeah. Legit. Like it.
really,
Because like yeah, because with minority thought, you get a lot of it's almost like volcanic eruption. There's always a lot of tension
mm-hmm,
when you're like reading minority textbooks or minority sources.
mm-hmm.
But with um, white spectrum of sources, it almost, I mean, tends to present itself as some sort of everlasting kingdom that um, they are the Superman because in the syllabus, why is it not much multicultural?
Yeah, that's
Right.
stupid. Tear the
You know what I
kingdom
mean?
down. Let's start anew.
Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, and it plays a big role in you. Like when I went to seminary, it's not just secular. There's a lot of religious. Um, how should I put this? Religious implications that have played a big role in the secular. You know what I mean? Um, like colonization, for instance.
Of just the Europeans going in and taking over
Mm-hmm.
places.
Religious implications that was used to justify
The Crusades.
the Crusades and all that. Even Islam,
Mm-hmm.
religious implications that was used to justify violence.
Yeah.
And so, and even in the church today, like non-denominational churches, like you go to certain churches where they would talk about God, but to many of its teachings, it tends to present it as, how should I even put this? It tends to present it as kind of like what I was saying, the system that is called to teach the minority, so to speak.
Yeah, so
Or
that's
like even growing up in church, for instance, one example can be there's like biblical Old Testament sources where it talks about justice, but you don't hear those in church. You hear about Jesus coming back on Christmas. Let's
yeah.
celebrate that. Or Easter
Yeah.
Sunday. Let's celebrate that.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the beauty is celebrated, and the oppressive aspects of the beauty tends to be pushed down. So,
Yeah.
and you see a lot of those I saw at least a lot of those
Yeah.
symbolisms in a lot of my like philosophy, for instance. Growing up, Mr. Evans might not like this, but some of the pushback now that I'll give it is at some point we have to be able to talk about philosophy in a way that it's not too abstracted, right? Because
More literal.
yeah, you know.
Or yeah.
But at some point, it has to be like breakfast for all of us because it's not some information that is hard to mess with. It's deep, but I think it's practical too as well. And we had made it into something that is so hard to reach.
Oh, I see. So you're saying like philosophy. It's like, oh, I'm not smart enough for that, or that's
Right?
the
You know what I mean?
scholars and whatnot. You're saying that it should be more mainstream almost, where people are thinking about these abstract concepts. Just yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah. Like
I'm
your shirt, it's a philosophical shirt, you know. Um,
wait, the what?
your shirt that you're wearing, for instance,
This tie-dye
yeah,
shirt?
it's a philosophical shirt.
How is this
You
a
know,
philosophical
it's just a
shirt?
symbolism of it: blue, red, and white.
Yeah, what does this shirt mean to you?
Just a combination of tranquility
Look at that
Plus blue,
tranquility.
right?
Yin and
The
yang.
waters, yin and yang, so to speak, or red can mean violence, or it can symbolize violence, or it can symbolize some sense of healing.
Ah, so it's like, yeah. So this is a piece of art essentially, right?
Exactly.
So it's like the red could be, it's like the blue, like blue battling, or good versus evil. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't
Yeah, you
know.
know what I mean.
Yeah,
So,
but
um,
I think to, and I'm not sure if I understood, but I'm just gonna try. So from what you were, or the reason I liked Jesus so much was that religions at the time were super complicated. Like Catholicism was like, yeah, I don't even know really how it worked, but you're doing Hail Marys, you got to pay this, you got to pay that. You are born in sin, and you're just this horrible person that just tried to, I don't know, repent, repent, repent.
mhm,
And Jesus was like, he just simplified everything. It was like,
seriously,
don't worry about, hey, like, don't worry about, you don't have to pay, or you shouldn't be paying to absolve your sins. Da, 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 da. It's all about love. Like,
love.
God
Yeah.
is love. You are, like,
Hmm.
that's all that really matters. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter your occupation, your size, your whatever.
Hmm.
Just love. That's
Yeah.
it.
Like Jesus, I think came to, like the idea of love, right? I think Jesus is love in the sense that he came to help us understand love, not just from an erotic perspective,
Yeah.
but from a redemptive, because
Agape?
agape. So
What's that?
love. So three.
Ah. Oh, that's like brotherly love, right?
Um, the
Agape?
the there is eros, there's agape, and there is what is the other one? I forgot the other one, but there's like three
Like,
different forms, or four different forms of love.
let's do that really quick.
Eros, agape, and yeah, I forgot the other one.
Yeah, so Eros is erotic, passionate love.
Mm-hmm.
Agape is the love of mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Philia is the love of friends and
Filio,
equals.
yeah, filio, yeah.
And then storge is the love of parents for children.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
storge would be
It's
parental
four.
love. Philia would be like friendship. Eros is like romantic love.
Mm-hmm.
And then agape is just the love of all things, or the
Mm-hmm.
love of like
Mm-hmm.
human beings. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So the love of all things is like you're not afraid to represent an agape experience of love for someone who doesn't look like you.
I like that.
Like going beyond what is comfortable.
Yes.
And then like I mean that at some point too I think there's a link between all three. They're not just this, right?
Mhm.
So the agape love, you see that as I'm gonna give this water to this homeless person.
Mhm.
Or I don't mind creating a sense of democracy where the rich get to share with the poor and the poor gets to share with the rich.
Yeah.
Um, or and then through those kind of experiences, you begin to actually feel all of the four kinds of love, like the parental aspect, like parent, coach, teacher with their students, coach with their coaching.
Mhm.
How should I put players?
Mhm.
You know how coach, parents, they just like synonym to that. And then like also the agape love, I think of that also as a divine parental love that is a part of my everyday experience too as well. However you want to call it.
The love of mankind.
The Buddhism might call it, I don't know, Krishna, something like that. Hinduism might call it something else.
I think Krishna is Hinduism.
Hinduism, okay.
Or yeah.
See, and then like in Christianity, I think for me, most Christians probably might push back, but I think Christianity is not doesn't have like a set limited thing that we can say, hey, go and like worship this bottle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're asking, what is the author of this bottle that we can't see? But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, too, it makes itself visible to us at times. That sometimes it is almost hard to explain, but you were there in the midst of all that experience, right? So, we don't call God Krishna. I mean, even Jesus, he doesn't say, um, focus on me, use me as a flag. Some people tend to want to hold and protect Jesus. You can't mess with Jesus. And
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is saying, like, let me be, let me live,
Yeah.
and allow me to lead you to the creator of me, so to speak. Who is this God that we haven't seen, or we can't, where we get glimpses of who he is, or
Yeah.
who or she is, so to speak,
Yeah.
metaphorically.
Yeah.
So,
Um, do you believe that, or wait. Do you believe in heaven?
um,
Or what do you think happens after we die?
that's a good question. I think, for me, I would say I don't know.
Well, none of us knows.
Yeah, I think that's the answer. It's like to live in the unknown, for me, is more of a heavenly experience than to,
Really? So
yeah,
you don't want to know. You don't even want to.
yeah.
Okay.
All I know is like I've been brought on this earth to make a difference, like in the movie Wally or in the movie Soul.
Really? Okay. So what do you think is the meaning of life? Do you think
Um,
that we have purpose?
do you
Or I
mind if
guess
I read this
yeah. Let's hear it.
section but to you?
Let's hear it.
Like this section.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so where is it? I think for me, that's a really good question. The ways of knowing. There's this part where it talks about the ways of knowing. It says there are many ways to categorize the dimensions of our world. But in general, it is agreed that the human mind knows things in two ways: the pre-rational or non-rational way, and the rational way. So the pre-rational knowing involves sensation, perceptions, feelings, intuitions, imaginations, memories, creative insights, and random ideas. These things are continually part of the people's thinking, or part of us, and they create the conditions for rational mind, which is logical reflection, which primarily serves to clarify, interpret, and judge the data it receives from the pre-rational dimension, which is imagination, memories, sensation, and all that. But here's a catch. This is the last thing I want to say too. That the rational mind makes sense of one's belief. It generates hypotheses, implicates that would be the case if a hypothesis were true, and sets out to produce, find, investigate, and analyze the data. The rational mind of the S dimension doesn't only interpret data, but it's also mysterious. Um, it helps us to realize that the mind cannot only interpret data, but it considers strategic plans that can help us act and implement the ideas. That helps us engage with one another in the way that both the unknown and the known can become visible. And so, I mean, so the reason why I want to share this part um, is that I think, to me, when I think about the rational mind, the word rational is a Latin word for logic,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And logic, that's where we get the word from,
Mm-hmm.
WRD, word logic. And I think when I think about logic, I'm not only thinking about mathematics or something like that, or something that you can only calculate, but I'm also thinking about the the imaginations, the mystery
Yeah, it's
of
like is there a heaven? Like
yeah,
logically, is there a heaven? What is
is there
heaven
heaven?
like? If I go to
Right.
heaven, is it like a bunch of clouds and it's just amazing all the time? Okay, so I think I understand what you.
You hear what I'm saying? And so, like, I'm sure only this to only say that I think the way that I think about heaven is, for me right now, it's like being able to have the ability to love, to care, to share with someone that is suffering. I think the more that I do that, the more that I'm able to play a role in the heavenly experience. But the question also, if you're talking about like an ultimate sense of heaven, I think for me, an ultimate heaven, I don't exactly know how it looked like, but my only guess would be like being in the garden, for instance, Garden of Eden.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be um, no more pain, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I think there will still be pain because pain is there's a sense of pain that is like beautiful, not to run away from.
Yeah,
I think a lot of us we try to run away from our pain.
you can't appreciate the good without the bad.
Exactly, and I think the more we try to appreciate the good with that and the bad, we'll begin to look at heaven and life in the garden in a way that is authentic. It is vulnerable and it is nourishing. Because in the garden, you are nourished with plants. Um, nutrition of like cabbage that you grow or something like that, or corn that you grow or something like
Yeah, so it's like this amazing, perfect place, but you can still stub your toe.
that. Right.
Okay,
and,
okay.
and then
I like that.
the stubborn toe thing is like you saying that in this life you have to be able to, in some shape or form, accept suffering.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's it's part of life.
Yeah.
To work in the gym, you just came back from the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you're tired. I'm sure you definitely did a lot of stepping on some needle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like
In the gym, you had to go through some
yeah.
mountains.
Life is rough,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
makes you appreciate the little things, the little good things that happen, like this conversation right here.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, it sucks to step on some needle.
It
Or
does.
step on it, yeah, but like, who knows? It can be its own message of rest from
Maybe you
something, you know.
you step on a needle, you go to the doctor and find out you have cancer, and they wouldn't have caught it in time if you hadn't have stepped on the needle.
Mm,
Does that make sense?
that's a good question.
That's
That's
not
a
really
really good question.
question.
That's where like you're like, sucks to um, also realize that in this life there's always going to be plagues. That
Yeah, like the plague we're
cancer.
living in right now.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts?
Political plagues, racial plagues, economic plagues,
Yeah.
the natural plagues like cancer
And the
and the
COVID-19.
COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
All right, let's
yeah.
see how long we've been going for.
How long is this?
Yeah, how long have we been going for?
It started like what, 8?
Yeah. An hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Racial reconciliation. I think, basically, I'm actually like playing real on it, but basically like, just kind of like what the poem was expressing, being able to listen to not just people who have been talking about multicultural spaces, for other people to have the mic to speak, so we can like fight against this patriarchy.
Yeah.
Not towards patriarchy is beyond just men.
Yeah, it's like the system.
It's a system, but and also most people will not like this. But personally, I think that I like to use this metaphor of like Whore of Babylon,
Mm-hmm.
where you find Rome, for instance, and its persecution towards anyone that is suppressed or is being suppressed. Like Caesar would like have a lot of people build all of these buildings for him or something like that. But then the people who are building things for him will like pay little.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And so,
slaves, like if not slaves, like just
slaves.
Very close.
Yeah. And then like during those times too, they're kind of like today there's prophets, and prophets is not just limited to religious people. I think the idea of prophets, although like the name of it, the title of it, there are people that can choose to invest in that lifestyle. I think beyond all that, it's applicable for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Being a prophet is helping the poor. That's an act of prophecy. Being a prophet is speaking what you think is wrong.
Oh man, I like that. Because when you think of a prophet, it's like, oh, like Jesus was brought down here literally by God. But I like the idea that anyone can be a prophet.
Yeah, anyone can be a prophet.
Speak your mind, stand up for people, be nice to people, listen to people that have different experiences than you, or maybe have different opinions.
Yeah. And I think that's more of what Jesus came to resemble.
Yeah.
It's not just limited to, you don't have to have a degree to be a prophet.
Yeah. I like that. I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
But I like that.
And I think it goes to like, I think if teachers, prophets, bishops, and all of these titles, and teach in a way that people feel accepted into that space to practice it, I think we might be able to get to a space where freedom and liberation will become much more visible, so people don't feel out of touch or isolated from a certain space.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. To lighten it up, and just, this has all been great conversation, obviously.
Yeah.
But on the Maxwell show, whatever, we'll do some Reddit posts. What it is. So we'll start with some would you rathers. All right. So I'm gonna bring up a would you rather, and you tell me what you would rather. All right. Okay. Hold up, let me find a good one. Oh gosh, why do they always have to be lame? All right, let me find a good one. Hold on here. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. An asteroid is coming to destroy Earth. Will you sacrifice yourself to save others, shelter on the planet, or escape to a space station? So, an asteroid is...
I would sacrifice to save others.
Sacrifice yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's me dying, like if you or I die for everyone to be saved, then yeah, I'm cool with that. But if it's like, So what about this? What if the asteroid was only gonna kill only 10 people? Would you sacrifice yourself to save those 10 people?
Yes.
Look at you. You're such a
Yeah,
stand-up
yeah.
guy.
I think through that sacrifice, I'll be able to see um, healing as well.
Well, you'd be dead.
Hmm?
You'd be dead, right? So you
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to see the healing. What if they were
I see what you're saying.
What if they were murderers?
If there were murders,
Uh-huh.
I would still sacrifice to save others.
Look at you. You are a prophet, Samuel Ansong.
Yeah, I would still sacrifice to save others.
Okay. All right. uh Why are these all lame? Would you rather be royalty 3,000 years ago or never first? Would you rather if you had a choice when you die? Gosh dang it. Okay, all right, let's do, okay.
That's a good question.
Mhm.
I'd be dead, which means I'd be asleep, because that's what dead means.
Yeah, you'd be dead. Oh, sleep.
To sleep.
All right, here's a better one. Would you rather speak 10 languages fluently or be a master of 10 instruments?
Can you repeat that again?
Would you rather be fluent in 10 languages or be a master of 10 instruments? So you would you would be able to speak English, Ghanaian, or is that even a language? I know there's a lot of different languages okay.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so would you rather be fluent in 10 languages or be a master of 10 instruments?
Man, that's tough, because humans are instruments, so that's very tough. That's very tough.
Well, it's literally instruments. So like you would be the master of piano, guitar.
I think I will master the 10 languages.
10 languages?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do as well. Be nice to have 10 instruments, but I think you could do a lot more with 10 languages.
Language, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, this is the last Would You Rather, then we'll do an Am I the Asshole, and then we'll have a little closing, like if you want to say anything to people. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Would you want to be the hottest girl ever?
Hottest girl?
Yes. So
That's it? That's the only question? Heck yeah.
So you would want to be the hottest girl ever?
Like, I would want to?
like right now, you would be the hottest girl on the planet.
Seriously? I think I am. Truth be told.
You think you're the hottest girl ever?
Yeah, man. Why not?
No, you're a male. First off.
Yeah, I am, but I think also there's a appreciation of women.
So you would be the hottest one, So you would just kind of stare at the mirror. You would look at yourself all day and just be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sexy."
Yeah. Speak those words unto yourself. Sexuality is part of life, so.
It is. It is. So would I want to be the hottest girl ever? I'm gonna say no. I think I would. Yeah, I don't know.
Not into all that feminine.
What?
Not into all that feminine talk. Feminism.
No, I mean it's saying literally. So I would be the hottest girl on the planet. I feel like everyone would be. I mean, it would be nice because I would basically get anything that I wanted, but I think it would also be isolating. You know?
True, that's a good point. It depends, like how you wield it, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I guess yeah, if I was the hottest girl ever, maybe I'd have a really good platform to like get a bunch of stuff.
Like,
and then I'd have boobs. I could play with my boobs.
Nothing against prostitutes, like, nothing against prostitutes, but like if I wield it to act like this, objectifying yourself, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I would not embrace the hottest girl in that sense.
So you wouldn't be wearing bikinis and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. But if I wielded it to encourage women to become part of a society where they create
Like Michelle Obama.
Peace. Like peace for people. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Or like your mom. Or like,
What?
I mean, you know what I mean though? Because she was,
My mom?
yeah, like she played a big role in my life, like positively.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
Like, she was like one of those women in number one night that kind of never made me feel like I was different.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so you would be the hottest girl ever, and then just be an awesome person also.
Mhm.
Like yeah. So you would use it for good.
Yes.
I gotcha. Okay. Look at you, Samuel. God damn it. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do an "Am I the asshole?" So the way this works, Samuel, is that people post situations that they've gone through. So if there was a situation where you felt like you were an asshole, you would post the story on here, and then people give feedback to whether or not they think that you were the asshole.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna be the judges. So I'm gonna read the story, and then you'll say whether or not you think they're the asshole, and then whatever. Okay. So we gotta find one first. Am I the asshole for bluntly telling the people I work with that no? All right, yeah, I'm just gonna read these off, and if anything pops out at you, so just say yeah. Let's do that one. So am I the asshole for bluntly telling the people I work with that no, not everyone in the office can afford to buy a house? Yeah, that's one's kind of weird. Am I the asshole for no longer refilling and moving items my boyfriend leaves everywhere? Am I the asshole for backing up my sister on a choice for child raising? Am I the asshole for demanding my mom apologize after she blew up at my girlfriend who thought she was being racist? Am I the asshole for refusing to stop posting progress photos? Are any of those speaking to you? No?
I feel like you're reading a little too fast.
Oh, am I reading too fast? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to stop posting progress photos? Am I the asshole? Let's do this one right.
Like one by one.
Yeah, that's okay. So this one's: am I the asshole for demanding my mom apologize after she blew up at my girlfriend who thought she was being racist? So I'll read it out, and I'll kind of pause to make sure we're on the same page.
Okay.
So this is posted by AskDiffy. So, all right. And so she says, or he says, I'm not sure. I'm black, and my girlfriend is Filipino, so this is a black male. My girlfriend is Filipino. My parents aren't the biggest fans just because we come from different socio-economic backgrounds, and they don't think I should be with a rich girl. So the Filipino girl is apparently rich. My parents came over for dinner last night, and my girlfriend was going to cook. Neither of us cook much, and we eat way too much takeout, so she decided to make fried chicken because it is something she made with her mom growing up. Her mom came here from the Philippines, and I guess it is pretty popular over there. So she was just making fried chicken because she grew up making, or her family made fried chicken. Yeah. So when my mom, so this is the black guy, when my mom saw the fried chicken, she thought that my girlfriend was either making fun of her or just going off a racial stereotype, which makes sense because that is a stereotype that black people like fried chicken, which is stupid because everyone likes fried chicken. I like fried chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, racial stereotype. She immediately started cussing at her. So the mom is cussing at the Filipino girlfriend, at her, and demanding an apology. I explained to my mom that fried chicken is popular in the Philippines, and I Googled it to show her that there are a lot of Filipino recipes. She calmed down but did not apologize. I asked if she was going to apologize, and she said it was just a misunderstanding. I said she should still apologize, and she got offended, so I asked her to leave. So basically, do you think... Wait, I'm not talking to her until she apologizes, but I don't know if that is too harsh. So he's asking, is he the asshole for asking her to leave, basically?
Yeah, like for being a harsh mediator.
Yeah. So yeah. So the situation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. Ultimately, I would like make him an asshole. No, he's not.
What would you have done in that situation? So your girlfriend is making something. Well, I don't know, because you actually have a girlfriend. So
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah, no, I agree that he's not the asshole. I don't think no one is the asshole because she thought that she was being racist, which it kind of does make sense. Like out of all the things you could make, you make fried chicken, but
Mm-hmm.
so it makes sense that that was just a misunderstanding. So
Yeah.
that was kind of a lame one.
I think there is a sense of misunderstanding, and I think there is a sense of prejudice.
Yeah. That's
Um,
from who?
from I think the mother, some sense of bias. There's this great philosopher that I like. His name Rene Descartes, and he says like a human that is not afraid to doubt, like in a sense, is continue to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's a human that is able to realize truth without just quit.
Nullius in verba. Question everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. Always be questioning. All right, Samuel.
yeah.
My laptop is about to die, so
Right.
let's close this out. What do you let's imagine we have millions of listeners here right now. Actually, hold up. I need to make sure my laptop doesn't just die. 1 second here. I'm gonna just plug it in really quick. So prepare your closing statement.
All right.
Ugh. Okay, millions of listeners. What would you like to say?
I would say that, like everyone that's listening, I would say that the current situation that we're in is a complex one.
Mm-hmm.
It is a patriarchal one, but at the same time, too, the current situation that we're in is a loving and gracious one. There's both a curse, peace, joy, and lots of uncertainties. And at the same time, too, there is a lot of hope. And once we begin to deassociate ourselves from the things that corrupts us, and once we begin to confess the way that we play a role in the things that corrupts the society, we will be able to love beyond measure.
Look at that. No more bullshit. Cut the bullshit.
No, exactly.
Exactly. Well, Samuel, this has been great. I'm glad we did this. It's good to hear from you. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing well. Glad you got a girlfriend. You lost your virginity. You're getting drunk. Thinking about things that should be thought about, which I think is really cool. So.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, it's cool again to talk to you again. It's been a while.
It's been years.